Hey, thanks for calling the Beards and Sundries Market. You've reached Jay. Leave a message after the tone.
Hey, this is George.
And Anthony.
Just wanted to call and leave you guys a voicemail. And we loved the episode about the cell phones. Like, I'm a cell phone addict. Um, my, my favorite phone was, I had the LG Alias. I love that phone. It was so freaking cool. It opened like a regular flip phone, and then you closed it, and then you opened it sideways, and it had a full QWERTY keyboard. People would lose their mind every time they saw that. Like, they couldn't believe that it did that. I love that phone so much. But yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what I did with it. I think I probably traded it in or sold it. I don't know, but it was a good phone. I loved it. But yeah, just wanted to call and say hi, and to all the new beardos out there, call and leave voicemails. Don't be afraid. It's fun. You get to say whatever you want within limits. So not whatever you want. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, we'll talk at y'all later.
Love y'all.
Bye.
You've reached the Beards and Sundries podcast, where things get gay, and hilarious. You've made it past seasons 1, 2, and 3. Now, you've reached season 4, the hottest season yet. This season's gonna be the tits. Now, sit down, strap on, in, and get ready to laugh your asses off with your 3 bearded hosts, because they've been waiting all week to get you hot for this show. Now, welcome your hosts, Jay, Anthony, and Joe.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Welcome back to season 4, episode 15 of Beards and Sundries.
The podcast for gay men.
With beards.
Oh, beards everywhere.
That's right, you guys. It's time for another lunch break here at Beards and Sundries. It's the shop where 3 gay men with beards do inventory on a new sundry item in every episode.
My name is Jay, and did anyone call a plumber?
No.
Well, I'm here anyways. Looks like your plumbing's bad.
What are you going to do about
Oh,
Fix it?
charge you for labor.
it? That's what I thought. I'm Anthony, and I'm not a porn star anymore.
I'm Brecky.
I'm Becky, and I'm okay, thank you.
And I'm Joe, and Sally Palm is coming over later, and she's bringing her 5 friends. But that means that today's sundry item is pornography. That's right. Oh. That's right, y'all. We're talking about naughty stuff today. I'm sure all of you are going to turn this off immediately because you're all such pure little angels and you would never want to listen to us talk about this. But yes, today we're going to chat about our first experiences with that spicy media, crushes that we had over the years, and what we think about the medium today. After the break, we're going to figure out our own porno persona, and we have quite the fun game for later on. But before we hit skip ad on those hot MILFs that are in our area, how about this week's voicemail?
I love a classic George and Anthony voicemail. Just makes my heart happy.
I also love that he recommended that new people call, and I think he's right, guys. I think you would love it. A lot.
He is right.
I was also glad to hear about George's favorite phone because we got that fun video about Anthony's BlackBerry, so it was nice to see the other half of that.
I was going to talk about the phone too, so I'm glad that you did, because the LG Alias was a cool phone, but those buttons were so fucking small, George. Oh my god. It was cool that it had it, but like they were small and you had to like press them in weird ways. I don't know. The concept was fantastic because at the time there wasn't a lot of phones with full QWERTY keyboards, but the buttons were like bitty, 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 bitty.
I can imagine even typing on that now because my fat thumbs fuck up texts all the goddamn time.
All the time.
We know.
And that's not even counting the time Siri does it for me.
I love seeing you do a text, then I see the typo in it, and then immediately as I'm about to say something about it, it changes to the right thing that you meant to say, and it says edited.
Oh, man, that edited option makes me so happy. I'm so glad we've got that now.
It was created for you, Jay.
I was messaging
Good
my
for
coworker
them.
today, and I typoed the word "and" to "nad," and I was like, maybe I'll leave it.
I can't get over how many times my my finger types Brian instead of brain, and I say brain way more than I think I do.
So funny you should say that. I have to type names for part of my data input for work every day, and one of the names I type every day is Brian H, and all the fucking time I'm typing Brain H.
That's it. If I have to type out brain, I type Brian, and if I type out Brian, I type out brain, and I'm like, why can you not figure this out?
Wild. I don't get it.
I before A, except after no.
Wow, for a porn episode, y'all get me real fucking hot. So, does anyone want to ask me where to find sundries?
Sorry, we're
Anyways,
getting our
are
king
you
for
done
teachers.
with this conversation? Anyways, thank you, George and Anthony. We're not even going to thank them yet, Joe. You just got to push through.
Yeah,
Hey,
thanks, George.
They're pushing
and
buttons, and I
Anthony.
want to talk about pushing some buttons.
Anyways, porn, sundries. The joke writes itself. Joe.
It sure does.
Can I have sex in aisle 4?
Why ask? You already do, Jay. But
true.
if you guys are new to the show and you're just wondering what the hell a sundry is, the term comes from an old English word meaning odds and ends. Now, today it's used mainly in retail as a way to group together items that don't typically have a group of their own. So, as 3 search history clearing gay men with beards, we are using the term to group together the wide range of topics that we cover.
You know what's really cool about being an adult? I don't have to clear my search history.
Not anymore.
And
Sometimes I
can
save it just for fun.
Yeah, I can just look at porn. I don't have to go incognito. I don't have to do any of that. I can just go pornhub.com/gay. Don't forget /gay. Beardos, don't forget /gay.
Do you know how weird it was to get used to the fact that I didn't have to, like, keep the volume down or, like, hope nobody popped through the door? And so I'm, like, in my mid-20s, and I'm like, wait a minute. Why am I still doing this?
It's funny too for like having tabs open on my internet browser on my phone, and they're saved up in a different section, but it's like all the fun videos that I want to come back to later, and I'm like, all right, well, we'll just navigate away from that and keep that one.
Back to later. I was in my office one day, just absolutely going to town with volume full up. And I finish and like I'm cleaning up. I'm getting back to my regular life because, you know, that post nut clarity, like, oh, now I got to do the dishes.
Yeah.
And I realized that the windows to our bedroom, which is attached to my office, that the office door is completely open to, were open the whole time. And so our neighbors are like 10 feet from us. So I was just like,
Maybe 10 feet.
yeah, I was like, I really hope that they weren't just out there, because if so, they heard some real intense fucking.
I'm sorry.
They heard, yeah.
I just literally imagined they're out working in the lawn and they hear.
So I watch a lot of amateur porn, but like it's still very much bear porn most of the time. So like it's all the as Joel would put it. Yeah. Fucker.
Yeah, boy. Yeah. Attaboy. Yeah. Fucker.
Yeah, fucker. But this does bring up a really good question. Amateur or professional?
Depends on my mood.
Right, exactly.
Because professional can be real tacky. But sometimes it can be really interesting to watch.
There is a range for sure.
I
Like
think I
those
only
videos that are
felt-
in the, we've talked about it before, but it's always those videos that are like in the banner ads that are on the top of the page that you're
Yes.
on, and they're like,
Yeah.
it's like someone their pants are slightly down, and then some guy comes up behind him and yanks his pants down and shoves it in, and the guy's like, whoa!
Or it's the ones where they're like with mom and wife in the dining room, and he like goes down
Yeah.
under the table, and the guy's like, and the mom's like, "You look like you're enjoying that pie." And she turns around, and like they're having sex under the table, and I'm just like, I'm sitting there seeing this, and I'm like, okay, what? Why?
It's so
why is my brain okay with
distracting.
this?
So I was watching this one professional porn the other day that was these two big like muscle bear guys, and I was like, they're super hot. But the start of it was just like them and their wives at dinner, and the scene is taking place fully in just some kitchen somewhere.
Yeah.
But it's dressed up to be like a restaurant. And
But it's Burbank, California.
the wives are like, my husband's stronger than your husband. No, he's not. Look at these muscles. And they like take his shirt off, and they're like arm wrestling, and they arm wrestle and accidentally hit the fucking pitcher of water that's on the table, and it the shot pans to all the other like people in the room, which is like 5 other people, which includes the wives in that 5, and they're all getting like drenched in water, and they're like, I can't believe it. So everyone else leaves the room, and then they're just like, yeah, you want to fuck? And then they just fuck. And I'm like, this is so crazy.
But it's so logical.
Right. I mean, it does make sense. Repressed muscle men and their wives, who, granted, attractive wives, they were fine. But, you know, at some point, when you're that muscly, you have an appreciation for the male body.
That's true.
I saw one the other day where it was these two like college-ish age guys. I don't know, maybe like mid-20s, and they're sitting on the couch playing video games, and they're talking about how they're gonna have sex with this girl later, like at a party or something. And they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna have a threesome with." I think her name was Jessica, of course.
Jessica, it's me.
And so then they're like talking about Jessica, and they're like, I've never had a threesome with another guy before. What if we don't know what to do? She's gonna think that we're not cool. And then they're like, they start to like jack off with each other, and then they start to jack each other off, and then they're like, well, maybe we should, I don't know, I've done butt stuff before with other girls, maybe we should try it so we're experienced. And then they just start like having sex with each other right there. And
That's how
then they
butt
start
stuff
like
works.
kissing, because they're like, well, if she wants us to kiss, we're gonna have to be good at it. But I was like watching the scene, and I was like, they're kind of hot, and this is like good sex, so like I'll just look past Jessica. Sorry, Jessica.
Well, I also like the ones where like the husband's at home and he's having sex, and then the wife knocks on the door and he's like pokes his head out, but he's still getting fucked behind the door. And so he's like talking to her, and he's like making all these faces, and she's just having a conversation. And I think my favorite part about that kind of porn is it's kind of the concept of that SNL skit with Emma Stone, where I'm like, what do you think those
Yes.
women were doing? Like getting ready for that part. They're like imagining who their character is, and they're just like, I'm this guy's wife, and I'm going to be oblivious to him being a homosexual.
Well, a lot of time they're usually porn stars that are just like
Yeah, that's true.
stepping in for that role.
They're just
But
being
then
tapped to do that,
with
but not
I got
tapped.
Emma
$100
Stone,
for
though,
this.
she's just thinking like, man, I'm gonna sweep next year at Oscars for Poor Things. I don't care about this at all.
Jesus Christ, right?
Good for her.
Yeah, good for her.
Good for her.
I remember, like, when we were younger, the option was professional porn. I mean, that was it. That's all you had.
And can we talk about 2000s porn professional acting?
Yeah, we can.
We can, yeah.
And I'm going to bring up a Girth Brooks one that I just cannot get out of my head. And like, I think some guy tried to go down on him, and he's like, whoa, I'm not gay, man. It was the absolute flattest tone ever. And then the guy's like, come on, I mean, nobody's gonna know your wife. He goes, well, when you put it that way, boom, sex.
Well, everyone's scrolling like 4 minutes in anyway, so it doesn't even matter what they were doing.
Yeah, well, depends on. Back in the day, I had dial-up internet, and scrolling was difficult.
That's
Yeah,
true.
well, then other than that, you're having to watch a video on either a DVD or like a, God forbid, a VHS, and you have to like fast forward.
With like the remote in this hand, and then what else in the other hand.
Right. So
my little
first
tiny Apple remote in the
experience
other hand.
with porn was my friends would bring like magazines over, right? Like dirty magazines, but they're all straight dirty magazines because they're all straight. And I'm like, yeah, this is so hot. This is cool. I love her boobs. They are the coolest boobs I have ever seen. And whoa.
He says that to me all the time, Beardos.
Is that a muff? I know what a muff is because I'm cool and straight. And I love Jesus.
Why is that on the front side?
You sound like Garth Brooks acting through a script.
Yes.
Well, I mean, my acting chops are pretty strong. But then after like everyone left, I'd go to the back of the magazine where the ads were, because there's little ads back there, and they're like, "Buy Curious?" And
Anthony was like, "Hey, call me George because I'm curious as fuck."
I was. I remember there was this one that wasn't even like, the guy wasn't even naked. He was just wearing like these white briefs, but the outline was there, and I was like, this is so fucking hot. Just cranking it. Basically, yeah. Which also, I guess, really means that all of our first porn experience is the underwear aisle at Walmart.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, for sure. the preteen boners I could get from that.
Yeah. God, they're so wild. You just walk through and you're like, whoa, bing.
Every day, baby.
I mean, the worst part about it is I'm in my 30s now, and I still walk through it. And I'm like, hey, bing.
Da-na-na-na-na.
I gotta go. I'm looking at underwear. Joe comes down the aisle and he's like moving his glasses. He's like, "What they got there? Oh, they got a package."
Shut the fuck. Oh my god. Although now, whenever I'm in Walmart, I'm too anxious to go to the underwear aisle. I'm just anxious in general. I walk in, I'm like,
I now order mine from Amazon.
we get them from Costco.
Ooh.
We have regular underwear or sexy underwear and nothing in between.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep, regular underwear. I think I got a couple sexy, but nobody wants to see that, so.
I think the Detective Fierce would beg to differ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's doing some
Give him
investigating for sure.
Give him a call. Maybe he'll be like, yeah, absolutely. Did you guys have, like, any porn stars you were always after back when we were younger?
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So one of the first and best ones that I ever found, his name, he didn't really... So, you know how porn stars always have their fake names. He went by Spike, and he was like this brunette guy, and he had big tool, of course, but he was known for like being able to shoot really far, and that was always like... I was into that super early, and it's still one of my big favorite things. And he was like a pro at it, and I would always search for his stuff. But it was so tough because like Spike is kind of like a common search phrase whenever you're searching for it. So it was kind of hit and miss on whether you could find everything accurately, especially back then.
You just kept getting to Spike TV.
Yeah, and that was completely the opposite of what I was looking for.
And his real name was James Marsters. And that's a Buffy fact for you Buffy fans.
Oh.
Ah. That
Spike's
was
the blonde
very
one, right?
interesting.
Died long. He's actually a brunette in real life.
David Boreanaz' character was way hotter because David Boreanaz is hotter in general.
Right, obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I just wanted to make a joke for Buffy fans. I don't know. Maybe we'll get some engagement. Leave a voicemail.
Somebody engage us.
So my porn star of choice when I was younger was Matt Rush.
Oh my god, I
yep.
forgot about Matt Rush.
I like Matt Rush. I first saw him in Taking Flight. Thank you, Falcon Studios.
Right. I remember seeing some scene with him like on a boat, and I thought it was just the hottest fucking thing. But the biggest thing was that he had this really nice ass, like this just bubble butt ass.
Mm-hmm.
And I was such a top for the longest time. It was the only thing I would do. I was basically like, Jay, all right, only top. And and like I was so into it. I was like, look at his fucking ass. It's perfect. I would absolutely fuck him. You know, the 16-year-old me who was skinny as a fucking skeleton.
Yep. I remember Matt Rush.
Speaking of the movie Taking Flight, there was a scene in that movie. Matthew Rush and Spike were both in that movie. Spike had a quick part. So Matthew Rush was playing a flight attendant on the plane. And then this other actor was like sitting in his seat, and he looks over, and Spike looks back at him, and he's like playing with his junk, and he takes his dick out, and he starts like, yeah, like looking across the aisle, and the guy looks back and he's like, like no, like visibly upset. So then he like leaves his seat and gets up. This is the last you see of Spike, so his scene's over. But then the other actor walks up the aisle of the plane and then bursts through to the galley where Matt Rush is playing the flight attendant. He's like doing coffee or whatever, he's faking it, like they all do. And he's like, oh, the guy next to me was playing with his dick. He was doing this, like doing the hand motion. And Matt Rush is like, I don't know, that doesn't mean anything. Maybe his hand was tired. And he goes, look, this is what he was doing, okay? And he pulls his pants down, has a huge boner, and starts like jacking off right in front of him. And then Matt Rush saunters over and goes, well, only one thing we can do about that, and drops down and just starts sucking on him silly, and then full-on sex in the galley, because there's so much room for that on a real airplane.
I fucking love old gay porn. It's the worst.
The original way you were describing this made me think like, how many porn stars were in Taking Flight? But now I'm thinking like what's the Avengers Endgame of porn where all the porn stars show?
I was going to say one of them has to be How the West Was Hung, because there is an orgy scene near the end in this saloon where there's like 20 of them, like
Whoa!
25 porn stars.
Okay.
And Spike starts the sex scene because he walks over to this guy who was like, hey, that girl upstairs got a dick, but he's got a huge boner, he's naked. And Spike walks over and goes, well, from the look of what's between your legs, you didn't mind much, and grabs him by the dick and pulls him over and starts sucking him silly, and then that's how everyone starts having sex on the dance floor.
This is that meme that's been going around with like the little like sheet character with his arms crossed and he looks mad, but he's got a boner, and you can tell through the sheet, and it says conservatives when they see two men kissing.
Yeah.
This makes me think we should make our own superhero movie, but with all 2000s gay porn stars that we know. And so I'll call people like Girth Brooks, Brent Corrigan.
Oh my
God, Brent Corrigan. That's a name I haven't heard in a hot minute.
Colby Keller.
Ooh, I don't think that's a thing now. Colby Keller, I think didn't he get all weird and conservative?
Oh, did he?
I don't know. I'm not trying to marry him.
Well, but it's like a Trump voting thing. Like it's pretty bad.
Okay, well, we won't hire him,
Well,
but we can call Colby Jansen.
Ooh, yeah, you can do Colby Jansen.
Dibs on him.
I weirdly, actually, vaguely, slightly know his brother.
What?
Accidentally, yeah. Weird scenario. Haven't seen him in years, but I used to like see him, and then one time he brought it up, and I was like, "What? What? Nobody told me."
Speaking of Colby Jansen, how about Dirk Kaber?
Oh, yeah. I only know about Dirk Kaber because of you.
They were in that movie called Sun Swap, and they did this scene where they're like old friends and they're reconnecting at a cabin for a weekend, and then they're like,
I'm sorry.
I always thought you were so cool. I always wanted to, blah, 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 thought about you. And then they just start to kiss, and then suddenly they're just boom, 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 right in there.
Sun Swap?
Yeah. Yeah. The premise isn't great, but like, I only watch it for the first scene before the sons get there.
They're fucking each other's sons?
Yeah, it's not great writing. I don't recommend the rest of the movie, but the first scene's pretty A+.
But you have to understand that incest situation is kind of a fetish for people.
No, and I get
is.
that.
There's websites
the only way
for
to
it.
do it really is to like make it not real because
Yeah.
You know.
yeah.
Do you guys remember? I completely forgot about this until just now. John Magnum.
No.
I remember the name, but
He
I
was
don't
kind
really
of
remember
this-
him.
I think I had this real daddy thing back then. He was always like shaved head, and he was a little bit stocky, and he would sometimes do these porns, which back in my younger days were so hot to me. And he would do, they were like educational. And so he'd be like, I'm going to show you the best way to fuck a guy. And he would literally be like, first you got to make him do this and you got to do that. And it was just awkward, but weird. And there I was going, this is okay. It was so
I do
strange.
like I do like those like instructor or like doctor porn. That's always fun when they're like in the doctor's office and they're like, "Oh, I don't know what's wrong, doc. My girlfriend just won't give it up." Or like, "Oh, I don't know, coach. I just can't focus on the game." And they're like, "Oh, you just need to have a release." And then just there they go.
Or there's the
Suck 'em
one
off
where he's
right
like,
then and there.
something might be wrong with my hole. And then the doctor's like, well, let me see. And then he's like, can you feel this? Poke, poke. And then he's like, let's move.
fisting him.
He's like, let's move to something bigger. And then, like, it's so funny because in the middle of it, like, they're full blown having sex. And he's going to town. He's like, I hope you can feel this. And the guy's like, haha, yeah. And I'm just like,
Freeze.
oh, okay. He did the job.
Please, everybody clap your hand. So, I like scenes like that, but I like it whenever it's more amateur porn. And just while we have a couple of minutes to talk about amateur porn, I prefer amateur. I prefer like content creators. I prefer people sending me their own stuff. That's where I just love it. I think it's so natural, and I feel like it
It is natural.
It's like watching like college football versus professional football. Like if I'm watching the NFL, I'm just watching somebody do their job, and
I
that's
agree.
not fun to me.
I mean, that's why Twitter's so great, and that's why Twitter's so
Right.
easy to go to, because it's
Yeah.
simply amateur. Like, you actually feel like it's more real life. Like, it almost feels a little
And
bit
it
more
is.
personal, and you love it because it's not
Yeah.
acting.
Well, and that's what I was going to bring up is there's a couple that they do content creation called the Huzbears, and that's HUZZBEARS. That's your mini something to check out this week, Beardos. And one of their videos is like the blowing the pizza delivery guy, and holy shit, it's the way I found out about them, and it is so hot.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. I think
And
that's on
it's-
my Twitter, too.
It is staged, but like it's one of those things where like I watched it and I was like, Jesus Christ, this is so hot. But yeah, there are so many great amateur content creators out there that are doing the nasty just for you. You should 100% pay them for it. It's worth it.
Anthony's like watching this, and then all of a sudden the ending of it just like comes across with the Randy Blue symbol from years ago with the disco ball or whatever it was. I don't remember.
Yeah. Or men.com or whatever.
Men.com. Oh my god, I used to go to, what was it, pornmd.com.
Yes, I
Yeah.
love PornMD. Oh my god, yes, because
Yeah.
you could search every like website.
It was,
with
yeah,
it.
it was like every site linked together,
Yeah.
so you could find it all.
You'd search it and then you'd select like what sites you wanted it to pull from.
Uh-huh.
And it would do a search across all of those sites of that term that you put in the search bar.
Uh-huh.
And it was so fucking cool because you didn't have to go to one website, then another website, then another website. You could just use pornmd.com.
Yeah, it was the doctor of my desires at the moment.
So cool.
Oh my
and it had all these filters that you could add. Oh, it was
Oh my
it was
God.
the best way to look up porn even to this day.
It's still not bad. I hardly use it now that I think about it.
It's not
but-
there. They shut it down.
Did they?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I just used it to search something.
Did you earlier?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Well, then I guess I've been doing porn wrong recently. Well,
Yeah,
actually, I've just been doing Twitter mostly.
You dumb bitch.
Well,
Yeah.
and then speaking of different sites, did you guys ever pay any money for a site, or did you just do free stuff?
I mean, as a middle-aged adult, it feels like. I've done it before in my 20s because I would like subscribe for a month and be like download and save it to my external drive, and I never ever use it. So it's now like if I plug in my external drive and open it, I'm like, this is all ancient porn now.
Yep.
Well, I like OnlyFans because I will subscribe to people's stuff there from time to time, and that's that I will pay for.
I'm on OnlyFans, and I think I subscribe to, I think it's currently only like 2 different accounts because I don't really like spending the money if I don't have to, and it is hard supporting. Yeah, it is. Yeah. But I remember one month I paid for Jake Cruz, and he's like that little more mature guy that will give men hand jobs on his table. So I was like, oh, cool, some money shots, that'll be fun. So I paid for that for 1 month, but I think other than that, I think that's all I've ever paid for. I've just, illegally downloaded things, of course. But other than that, it's just been those two.
I think one that I'm currently paying for is Durden, and
oh my God, Durden. He's that really tatted guy,
Is
isn't he?
Durden the really tattooed guy?
Yeah. Yes, he is.
He's recently started doing a lot more things on his free accounts, too.
He was in Oklahoma City not that long ago.
Super cool. Yeah, I saw that he was there, and I was like, I'm not hot enough. I wish I was.
He's very attractive.
He's very attractive.
I also, in this discussion, had a flashback to back when I first started looking up the gay porn. And I had dial-up, and so I remember videos weren't really something I could do, and so I would search pictures and click one, and you still had that slow pixel download of pictures. And as a young teenager who had just not that long ago discovered the art of masturbation, I would about rip that thing off while it was loading because of the excitement of what I was about to see in full frame. And I would see everything and I'd be like, done.
I remember.
And then I would print them and store them somewhere.
I remember there was this 2-week period in my life when I had dial-up, when my parents allowed me to move the computer into my room.
Oh, God. That was the smelliest room ever. You could break a blanket.
So
the underside of your desk looked like a cave formation with all the stalactites.
And I had LimeWire, and I found this fucking French porn was what it was, and it was
LimeWire.
It was the only way you could really get anything like that.
I want your wee wee.
It took me 2 weeks to get maybe 3 minutes of this video, and let me tell you, just the prospect of these 2 naked men having sex, woo, it would just every time just be it takes 5 seconds.
Oh my God. I remember at one point back then too, I was well, you need some sort of lubricant, and so I don't remember what I was using that I ran out of, but I went to the bathroom and I had this bottle of Skin So Soft from Avon in our cabinet, and I would use that for a while, and I always smelled of Skin So Soft, but by all means, my skin was very soft.
So soft.
Just the softest penis this side of the Mississippi.
To this day, it is so hydrated.
It has no wrinkles, Beardos. No wrinkles whatsoever. It's just a slab of meat.
You look at me and you're like, this guy's in his 40s, but I'm like, this guy was doing this, and I drop my pants and you're like, wow, that 18 right there.
Nubile penis.
That's exactly what they say.
This thing, penis face don't match. They're just the huge age difference.
Oh my God. Well, with that, do you guys think it's time to take a break and then come back to a different segment?
Absolutely.
I guess. Okay, so after the break, we're going to come back and we're going to ask Anthony a very important question.
You're listening to Jay, Anthony, and Joe on the Beards and Centuries podcast, the podcast rated 5 out of 6 balls.
Anthony, after your game you played the other day that confused us a couple times, is your porn name The Gizzard of Oz? I hate you so much.
I cut that game so well in editing. Oh my
You
god.
did. That game came out well. Because
I didn't listen to it. I had trauma.
Anthony was such a wicked jizz of the East.
I
Was.
I was not having a good time with that game.
Running
I
around
felt
with your
really
little
bad
dog,
about it.
Ho-Ho.
I was like, not
with-
okay.
With three random men on the Yellow Dick Road.
How many of those did you write down?
Being gaslit by the good dick of the North.
Oh my god, I know. How long have you been working on this?
When all along it was just a fever dream because you're railed by a tornado.
But Jesus Christ, answer the question, Jay. How long have
Literally-
you been working on these?
Literally a few seconds before we started recording, I was just like, man,
I knew
this
it.
shit up.
These are all written down.
Yeah, I had to, because otherwise I'll never remember them.
Speaking of Toto from The Wizard of Oz, I have a quick something that we need to talk about real quick.
Tell us, Joe, tell us.
So a few weeks ago, we talked about some Easter eggs in movies, and we talked about the movie Twister, where we learned that, sorry, Anthony, what was Joe's dog's name at the beginning of the movie, you said?
Toby. I said it was Toby.
You did. Are you
I
sure?
did. Yeah, 100%.
Because I'm pretty sure that when I went back and listened to it, you said it was an Easter egg that her dog's name was Toto.
Toby.
Well, it's good that you're saying it now, Anthony, because her dog's name is in fact Toby.
Toby.
Oh,
She yells the name Toby as she's
that
being
sounds
carried down the
so
stairs
much
by
more
her mother.
accurate.
This is what happens, Beardos, when you get your facts from questionable websites.
Mm-hmm. It sure is.
He was on a porn website. It was the Jizzard of Oz he was watching.
I thought you said I was the Jizzard of Oz.
Well, I don't know.
So anyways, Beardos, just to clear that air, her dog's name was in fact Toby and not Toto.
The young Dr. Helen Hunt. Anyways, before we waste too much time on this, guys, if you were a porn star, what would your porn star name be?
Sahorny Weaver.
That's a really good one.
Yeah. I'm really proud of that one.
Hillary Ridingham Clinton.
If it were me, I would be from the state of Chode Island.
The motion state.
Oh. Well, I would be long distance because I would just be in Tex ass.
Oh, shut up.
I'll just be a good old Oklahoma then.
Oh. To go against the state name, I once actually had this name in somebody's cell phone, The Farmer, because I know how to milk them.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And that was yours truly, Mr. Chest, Virginia.
Ah, that's true. Fun fact for you, Beardos, today.
We talked about so many mature porn stars today that I'm going to change my name to Albus Dumbledore.
I know that came up on a list somewhere that you Googled.
I know, and I did not. I have not Googled any of these. I just made them up as I went.
I figure since the way porn names work, I'm just going to go ahead and be Colby last name.
Colby last name.
Let me plug it into like a random generator. Let's see. Gay porn name generator.
I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see the next movie with Samuel L. Jackby.
Or Steel Penis.
Or Rick Tail.
Rick Tail.
Rick Tail.
That's what it came up with.
That's not good.
I'll do 4 more real quick, rapid fire. All right, number 2, Rod Deep.
Oh.
Number 3, Wee Wet.
What?
Number 4, Reginald Tail. I guess from the House Tail.
Different. Yeah, they're related.
Oh, and number 5, and probably the winner, Max with 2 X's, Max Pickle.
Max Pickle.
Okay, that one I like.
Yeah.
I do appreciate that one. Better than my Sandra Bullock.
Oh, what about my Red October?
That's a movie.
Is
I
that
know.
starring Tom Yanks?
What about
No, he was in Forrest Hump.
What about Cock Hudson?
Oh God!
Did you guys ever see that movie Atomic Dom?
Don't do too many more of those. That's a hint for game time.
Oh, okay. Well, that wasn't supposed to be. That's not a real movie. I just made that up.
Okay, good.
So
Good.
But I do have one more. Dick Van Tinkle. He's into water sports.
I was going to say. That name's pretty golden.
Jesus.
He drinks piss pigs exclusively.
Ooh, good for him.
He was in Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
This is reminding me of that Mad TV skit where everyone was trying to sign up for porn names, and like one guy goes in and he's like keeps naming them. She's like, "Nope, taken," and then he goes, "I don't know, Winnie the Pooh hole," and she goes, "Nope, it's good. You can take it." And then the Asian actor at the time walks in and he goes, "Hong Lo," and she goes, "It's available." And then she like started stabbing it and he goes, "Where do I get my driver's license?" And she's like, "Oh, honey, you want the DMV? That's next door." And then as he's walking out, she's like, "He would have done so well." It's just, I'll never forget that skit.
Well, do you guys think it's time for a commercial?
I do think
I think so. Or an ad that we can't skip.
And now, for a word from our sponsor, the Beards and Sundries Nudie Calendar.
I don't know about you boys, but I'm getting hot. It's pretty steamy in here now. I can't wait to finish. My mouth is watering. Every picture in this calendar has my mouth watering. Oh, I'm so close. December looks absolutely delicious. Oh, my nudies are done. Tonight I'm making a hot dish of a meaty mac and cheese with elbow nudies. Oh, did you think I meant nude pictures? No, you dirty boys. I meant a calendar of our favorite noodle recipes every month. You know, our nudies. So keep an eye out in the future. This might just actually be in the Beards and Sundries market. Until next time, boys. Hey guys, make sure you follow and subscribe to our podcast so you can receive a notification every Sunday when a new episode drops.
When you're looking for a 2025 calendar, Beardos, choose no other than the Beards and Sundries Nudie Calendar, where you can see all of our best noodles.
That penne for February was so hot.
You call it penne? You don't call it penne?
I don't know. It pops out of my mouth, and I think I always just say penne.
You say penne? That's so wrong.
Okay.
It's penne.
It's penne.
Like Forrest Hump says, "I love you, penne."
Okay.
Yeah, like that. Jesus, you've derailed this whole commercial thing.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Well,
This
make
is
sure
an
to go to
upsetting
April because you'll
reality.
see
I'm not
Jay
okay
because he's
with
an April Fool.
Okay. Be pissed
If
off.
you
I don't
look
care.
real close at November, you can see my bow tie.
Anyway,
Wagon wheel. Move on.
If you look at March, you can see Joe. He's as thick as Tagliatelle.
Tagliatelle, is that how you... No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, it is. That's how you pronounce it. You're wrong.
Yes, we do
so
have user content.
Jay. Well, before we get into user content, Jay, we should update the Beardos about some stuff on the bingo cards.
Yeah, we haven't checked that in a while, so let's do that. So, I'm just gonna start skimming through them. Joe, have you been annoyed that we've gone off topic yet?
This episode, no.
Joe, annoyed. We need to mark that one.
Yes, we do.
Joe, have you paid off your Visa card yet?
Nope. Working on that one still.
Look at you. Anthony definitely hasn't had to be reminded. That sucks. We haven't done a live show. We haven't done radio play in non-noir genre yet. Are we getting 1,000 downloads a week yet?
Not yet. Are you just going through them one by one?
Yeah, I'm sitting here going, what have we got? Severe natural phenomenon? I don't think we've had that yet. Joe, have you achieved your personal improvement goals?
No.
Because I'm
You're
supposed
working
to.
on it, though.
I'm supposed
You're
to.
doing great.
I'm supposed to become better out of spite. Hey, has a member of Congress been forced to resign before, or are they just opting to?
I think they're opting to. It's very
Yeah, damn it. Anthony?
I've got one on my card. Jay lands on something that he actually wants to write because didn't you do some writing on your cruise?
I did on the cruise. I dropped out a lot of writing.
Yeah, he
Yay.
pumped it out. Literally.
And
What a good
Anthony,
episode for that.
didn't you start a new novel?
I did start a new novel, considering that I'm stuck at this weird crux with my first one that I need to still finish rewriting, but technically it's done. It's just not published.
Anthony hasn't cried yet. We actually haven't forgot the topic. Joe, have you learned Spanish yet?
Not any more than I already know, so no.
I haven't won consecutive games.
No, you haven't. Well, okay, here's one. Anthony, were you triggered over that inaccurate movie fact? Because I think you might have been.
Does it count if it's my own inaccurate movie fact?
I think it might count for 2 spaces.
Ooh.
Because I was so wrong, Beardos. I just Woo. Well, sure, let's count it.
Okay, done.
I was triggered enough to lie.
You know, oddly enough, I don't think we've had a breakout of the word dicks.
I know, that's
yet.
weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
And on this episode, we haven't done that.
Ooh, guys, update. This is not a bingo space yet, but I put the new building proposed in Oklahoma City will actually be approved. The second, which is now is the first tallest building in the U.S. because they made
Wow.
it taller. And tomorrow it goes for approval with the city because the guy in California that's going to build it secured the funds.
Good.
It's insane.
I want it.
I do
it at this
too.
point.
So we
I
may
wanna see what
actually get to mark
happens.
that one. Hey, here's another one. Have we started a Patreon? A Patreon? Patreon?
We are in the midst of starting a Patreon. So
You heard that right, Beardos.
very soon, you guys will have the option to subscribe to our Patreon. We're still working out tiers and what comes with those and what you guys get for that. But if nothing else, it will be a very convenient way to directly communicate with us and amongst yourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
that is coming within the next few weeks, probably.
yeah, that's starting. Also, we are very, very, very close to actually releasing merch.
Merch.
Ooh, yep, that is very close to on the horizon. That actually could be a thing by the time you hear this episode. But let's be safe and say it won't.
If not,
But at the same
it could be a
time,
thing before. It easily will be a thing before May, unless something comes up. But I have secured the person who's doing it. I've secured the shop site. I've got the link set up already from our website, even though it's under construction, so you can't access it. What else do I have? Today, I got the business registered with the state of Oklahoma, and once that information comes back to me, all I have to do, I think, is set up bank information.
Which leads us to another bingo square sponsorship. So we do have affiliate sponsors that you will soon start hearing at the top of the episodes. That will be going through once we have said bank account information.
Yeah. So guys, we are stepping it up, and you're gonna notice because you're just gonna hear about it a lot.
You have to.
Season 4 sponsors.
So those bingo spaces are coming real quick.
They're coming so hard and fast.
But speaking of coming, Jay, are there any Beardo submitted sundries this week?
There
Did anybody
are.
come in our inbox?
Oh my god, guys. We had a little bit of an orgy in our inbox
Oh, thank God.
because I have quite a bit this week. I debated moving some to next week, but people are starting to respond more, so we'll just get a lot out this week.
Wow.
Are you ready?
All right. Ready.
Let's
Pump
do
it on out on me.
Ethan from Instagram messaged and said, listening to the social media episode, which I apparently forgot to finish, dying at the game where you guys couldn't guess Snapchat. I figured it out from the very first clue and was so proud of myself.
Well, good for you, Ethan.
Yeah, we go Ethan.
This was my
Ethan.
This was my favorite one. Like, there was more conversation, but I'm not going to read it all. And it's from Jason, Beardo Jason.
Oh, hi, Jason.
Oh, hello,
And
Jason.
the first sentence was, Jesus Christ, the ad this week, which was regarding my whipped mashed potatoes.
Forgot about that.
I said silence.
He said silence. Oh, God. That was such a weird commercial to make.
Was it?
For me, yes. Then we heard from Derek with the good beard. And he says, I hereby give the BNS Market permission to use my official PSA anytime a Beardo does not leave a voicemail, since apparently it seems to apply to almost all episodes. I considered recommending a bingo square when the banter turns to food, but that would essentially be the same as a free space.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
For the record, I do love the food banter because I typically learn something every episode. And Anthony's favorite potato dish sounds absolutely heavenly. I can't read, sorry.
Clearly not, because those are not the same word.
I know, and I'm trying to figure out where my eyes did that. Anyways,
Where your Brian's at.
my Brian's. Luckily, I listened to the pod after dinner this week, so I'm not starving. As far as cell phones are concerned, my first smartphone was a splurge. The Palm Trio 650.
Whoa.
It
Hell yeah.
was
Get
the
it, Daddy.
premier phone for AT&T at the time, but I switched carriers because reception inside my house was terrible. Then I got a T-Mobile Dash before eventually switching to Verizon and getting the iPhone 5S. I've been in the iPhone camp ever since.
Yep.
It's the way to go.
It is.
I apologize for being absent for a few weeks. As Jay and Anthony mentioned, I was also at TBRU, and my annual reminder that although I can still party like a rock star, I can no longer recover like one.
That bear flu is real.
It was an absolute joy to meet Joe and Anthony in person. I appreciate the kind words and hearty laughs, and the view of skimpy outfits. The boys got some gams.
My yams, my ham.
My hams.
I do have one clarification to make, though. Even though I was Anthony's male escort on Friday night, no money ever changed hands. I was merely a friendly, recognizable beard in the crowd. Looking forward to next year or whenever our paths cross again. Hint, hint, I have just signed up for a cruise the week after Thanksgiving.
Derek, since no money changed hands, that makes you my slut.
Oh.
You're Anthony's slut. We heard from Bryce again.
Oh,
and I'm
Bryce.
loving this.
Bye.
We're going to have to get him a jingle soon. John, get on that.
Yeah.
Do free
We
work
do
for
not
us.
pay John anything for anything. He just gives us stuff for free.
Do this on your free time so we don't have an obligation.
Yeah, John.
And he says, I just got my wisdom teeth out on Friday, and you three are the only reason I got through this terribly long Easter weekend. I listened to the podcast all weekend long, and to distract me from the pain, even when laughing caused more pain, it was worth it. I will gladly take on a nickname from you guys. I've had so many over the years, even Brycey. So debate amongst yourself. Although I recently found out that the date for Easter is based on the first Sunday after the full moon after the spring equinox. Sounds like some major pagan shit going on for a Catholic Christian holiday.
This is why all Christian holidays center around pagan holidays, because they're not real.
Right.
Exactly. He said, my parents didn't like it when I brought it up at Easter dinner. My sister thought it was great, though. Much love from my fellow fags. Bryce. P.S. Don't worry, Jay. I checked my balls.
Aw, good. As
His
you
Easter
should.
eggs. At dinner?
Right.
Yeah.
I got
Oh.
a great idea for your nickname for Bryce then. Why don't we do a little thing where we check in on Gen Z and we call it a Bryce check?
Oh.
Okay.
A
Yeah,
Bryce,
I get it.
a Bryce check.
No, it's like a Bryce check, like a price check. I get it.
Yes.
I'm there. I get it. I'm seeing. I'm smelling what you're putting down.
I've been like keeping notes as I go, and I didn't realize that I've gotten 2 emails from him that we haven't read because we recorded 2 episodes early and then I went on vacation. Well, here's another one for Bryce. I fucking love the episode this week. I've bounced back and forth whether or not I want kids through my years growing up. I've decided that I don't want kids, and when I tell people that, the answer is always, that's what I said when I was younger. You'll come around.
You won't. I promise.
Now, I'm actually getting
Nope.
further away. Can we talk about the fact that people always shit on those who say they don't want kids? Why would I want to bring a kid into a decaying world full of awful, terrible, unspeakable things?
Thank you.
And with how capitalism keeps fucking the general population over, it would most likely bankrupt me to have a child, even when I'm old. But anywho, getting away from that dark topic, I remember when I got my class ring, my parents got it for me my freshman year, which I eventually found out was way too early, and I don't even wear it. Waste of money. I got to customize it because my parents never went through Jostens, and I was super into my Christianity back when I was younger, which I find hilarious because I'm agnostic now, and I'm pretty sure religion heightened my internal homophobia when I was younger.
It
So-
did, I promise.
I had a cross and doves on one side and instruments and music notes on the other side, which my sister had that too. Well, the instrument and notes. He played alto and tenor sax. That's fun. In marching and concert band.
Cool.
Sorry for the long-ass email this week, but I had to share. Hope you're having a great vacation, Jay, and much love to all 3 of you as always. Bryce. I think I should just start signing off my emails as Bryce now, is what he says.
Just accept it.
Bryce. And thank you,
Bryce.
Bryce. I had a great vacation. It was fantastic. It was hard to come back. Last one, and this is exciting to me. Alexis. Hi, y'all. I'm currently watching Show Us Your Texting Package and made the executive decision to reach out officially. You may remember my comments under Black Smoke Rise on YouTube.
Is that who that is?
That is. I was so excited to have a name.
I honestly, I wasn't. I thought I knew who it was, and I am entirely wrong.
Wow.
I've been watching since season 2 and commenting randomly. I just want to say you all are hilarious and thank you for providing so much entertainment. With love, Alex. Bye, Pride, from Atlanta, Georgia.
Aw. Well, thank you very much.
I
Seriously, thank you,
loved
Alex.
that. And now, like, it's
That
nice.
is.
I know. I was like, it's so nice to have a name to this now that, because all the time I'm seeing comments
I've been seeing
from
the
that.
comments for forever. Yeah,
And I'm like, I want to know who you are, but I don't want to just like ask in comments. Like,
I thought
who are
I
you?
knew who it was, and I was not right.
Now we know.
So thank you, Alex.
Thank
I'm
you
so
so
glad that
much.
you commented. I'm so glad you messaged us. This is a happy day for me.
Also, do you want to go by Alex or Alexis? I wasn't sure since you wrote both, and I want to make sure one wasn't like
Let us
autocorrect
know.
like my fingers do. Or if you want a fun name, we'll just make up one.
Yeah.
We never do that.
Like Sahorny Weaver.
Anyways.
I want John to write a song for a jingle for that one.
God.
Well, moving right along, Beardos, we have a very special something to check out this week. Anthony, why don't you tell us all about it?
All right. Yeah, so this week I want you guys to check out toadberg.com. That is TOADBERG.com. So you guys probably know, Joe and I talk about Zach and Toad fairly often. They are friends of ours who live in Minneapolis. Well, Toad is a tailor. He is a clothier, a man of the cloth. And by that, I mean he can sew like a motherfucker. He is so talented.
Very talented.
He has recently gotten back to making harnesses for the general public. They are made to order. You can find them at toadberg.com. Currently, they have the Food for Thought collection, and that is THOT for you. And that includes the pizza harness, the donut harness, the hot dog harness, and a couple of others as well. So you should absolutely go check it out. He hand makes them all to order. So you will be getting a handmade item. You will be getting it made specifically for you. And the model is pretty easy on the eyes.
He's a tall drink of water.
He is a tall drink of water.
That gave me another porn name, Harry Thought Her. Continue.
Oh my God, shut the fuck up. Anyways, so go check out toadberg.com. That is TOADBERG.com. We'll include the link in the show notes. And get one of the Food for Thought harnesses because honestly, my favorite one is the donut one. It's so super cute. The colors are adorable.
Yeah, they're really unique. And I mean, as we never mention food on this podcast, but the food designs on there are pretty cool. And he picked fabric that showcases them really well on the 1-inch straps that he uses to make the harnesses. So they're really cool looking. It's
very, very cool. And he does pick really good fabric to display the theme of the harness. So they're just really well done. Toad is good at what he does. He's so talented. So
yeah,
definitely go check him out.
You said donut? Another porn name, Boner Simpson.
Let me see that nuclear bomb.
It's the atomic dom.
The atomic dong?
Right, there you go. Anyways, moving on. Do you guys think it's game time?
I do.
Joe, do you have the game for us this week?
I sure do. This is a game that I'm calling Real or Fake Porno Edition. So this week I have a game for you guys. I have in my possession right here 15 movie titles, and it is going to be up to you two to work together to determine if they are real or fake. So the way this is going to work this week is I am playing against the two of you, and you're trying to beat me.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you the movie title. You're going to talk amongst yourselves, and you're going to decide whether it's real or fake. If you guys get it right, you get the point, and if you get it wrong, I get the point. And it's the best out of 15.
Love it.
Let's do it. Absolutely.
All right. Well, let's get right into it. Number 1, Schindler's Fist.
I don't want it to be accurate, but it seems like something that's going to be real.
Are we going with real? I don't want it to be real.
I don't want it to be, but I just feel like it is. Do you feel like it is?
Nothing is sacred in the world of porn.
I was like,
Let's
I can
just go
say
for
no. That's fine. I just feel like it might
it. No,
be.
do it.
Joe, we're going with real.
That is correct. Schindler's Fist is real.
See?
No,
See?
I don't like that.
I hate that.
No.
Like, because I'm going to be
that's
depressed while
upsetting.
I can't have a sad wank.
That's so bad.
I don't think that's true, Jay. I feel like you've probably had a couple of sad wanks.
Who hasn't had a sad wank?
No, well, nowadays, I'm like, no, you can't be sad during this. This is a joyous time.
All right. Number 2, Womb Raider.
Wait, is this only gay porn?
No.
Or is this
any
porn?
kind of porn?
Oh, okay.
I want
Anthony?
to. That's got. It sounds real, Jay.
What makes you think so?
It does, but I also think that the fact. Well, I don't know.
Because
Sometimes
Tomb Raider is the most one. We talked about this the other day. The Tomb Raider is the most recognized video game franchise amongst gamers, or just generally amongst the general populace. And that seems like such an easy transition from Tomb to Womb.
It does, but the thing is for
Yeah,
some
you
reason,
speak from experience?
the thought of womb doesn't sound sexy, so I don't know if they're going to use it. It might be. It might be.
I know.
I'm
Get
worried,
that. I get that.
I'm worried that it's so simple.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? Use your judgment, Jay. I'm going to trust you on this one, but I think you're right. But I'm gonna not be mad if you're not.
So we're going to agree to say it's fake.
It's fake.
Let's do fake, Joe.
Ooh, that's a tough break,
God
boys.
damn it.
Womb Raider is real.
I should have gone with you, Anthony. I'm sorry.
These are all going to be real. All.
Yeah, probably every single one. It just seems so easy.
Well,
That's why
I bet
it's-
Womb Raider is pretty easy.
Jesus. Anyways, what's number 3?
All right, number 3, Bend Over Like Beckham.
Oh no, fake.
Fake.
Too many syllables.
That's what you're going off of? Too many
Yeah,
syllables?
absolutely. Yeah.
Well, that's a good way to go because that one is indeed fake.
Yeah.
Boom.
All right. Number 4, Riding Miss Daisy.
That's got to be real.
Real. I'm going with real, Anthony. Are you?
Real. We're doing
Real.
real. That's
Real.
Real.
Good job, guys. That one's real.
Yeah.
Riding Miss Daisy. Jesus Christ.
The worst part about
Okay.
it is I'm imagining like the really sexy woman in like an old woman's wig.
And then Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman. He's like, I'm gonna go in your legs, and you're going. No, I'm gonna.
No, stop. What's the next one?
Number 5. Number 5, Brokeback Mountain.
Real?
That's a tough one. Real? I'm feeling real too. Are you feeling real?
I'm feeling real on that one.
I mean, it was already kind of porn. Let's do
Yeah.
real.
But now it's like the porn.
Porn. It's porn. Yeah.
Porn.
Real.
Okay,
Real.
let's go real.
Oh, that is a tough break, gentlemen. Brokeback Mountain is fake.
Oh.
Huh.
Well, that was a good fake one, Joe. I
Yeah,
like
good
that.
job.
I like that a lot. Yeah. Brokeback Mounting is what
I'm glad it's not available, so I can
really,
name it that.
I really enjoy bareback mounting.
Real.
Alrighty. All right, number 6, Shaving Ryan's Privates.
Real.
That's real.
Real.
Real. Yeah. Real.
I'm pretty sure I've
That
watched
one-
that one weirdly. No kidding.
I think that's a pretty common known one.
I think you've brought it up to me a couple of times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, number 7, The Bear Bitch Project.
Jay, I want to say it's real.
I want to say it's real too. I hope it's real. Can we just go with real?
Let's say it's real. Let's just go real. Real.
it's real.
It's real.
That one
Ah,
is fake.
Anthony, we're starting this. We are making this porn.
We're making the Bear Bitch Project.
I am calling Girth Brooks, John Magnum right now.
But we'll make the camera work better.
Tommy Defendi. Well, who else do I know?
Oh my god.
He's like, just, I'm so scared right now. But instead of the nostrils, it's just a butt.
with cum coming out of it.
Oh, God. All right. Number 8, The Da Vinci Chode.
That's real.
Real.
That is real.
It's got to be real.
100% real. It's too funny to be fake.
I know, but it's totally fake.
God damn it!
I read it on the list and I was like, Da Vinci?
Why
Joe,
are
you
we
might
not
be
starting
the
these
funniest
porn?
fucking person that I know, because that's the funniest fucking thing I've ever heard.
Oh my god.
The Da Vinci Chode.
Jesus Christ.
He's using it's. He's not using the little device to spin. He's
But it's
actually
a
using the
peanut,
guy's
it's like
cock.
a dildo. Oh, okay.
But it's an uncut
Jesus
one, so he's like folding it back for the message.
All right, next one, number 9. Edward Penis Hands.
Real. Has to be.
Real. It's gotta be real.
That one is in fact real.
I was
God.
gonna be really disappointed. Society is doomed if they haven't thought of
So
that
was
one
she.
already.
All right,
She said, dick fingers.
instead of hot dog fingers.
Yeah, right.
All right, number 10. Drill Bill.
Fake. It's fake. I want it to be real, but it's fake.
I want it to be real. I'm agreeing with you on this. Fake, 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 fake.
All right, you guys are right. That one's fake.
Ah.
Boom! Hell yeah!
We're trusting
Good
our
for us.
instincts, Anthony. Good for us.
Yes.
Number 11. Jurassic Pork.
I want it to be real, but that does not feel quite right.
It doesn't? And my instinct is saying fake.
Fake. I'm going fake too.
Let's go fake.
Going with fake?
Yep.
Yep.
All right, good job. That one is fake.
Hell yeah!
Thank you, Joe, for giving me so many ideas, though. Listeners, I'm looking for porn stars for new movies I'm making, so chime in.
Oh, great. The inbox is going to get inundated.
Yeah, well, now I have content for next week, so thank you. Also, call in.
Just like this next one, talk about getting inundated. Number 12. How Stella got her tube packed.
Real.
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 100% real.
Final answer.
Yep, that one is real.
Yay!
Yes!
Good job, Stella.
Hell yeah!
All right, next up, lucky number 13. A Beautiful Behind.
Is this a take on a beautiful mind?
Yes.
No. Wait, maybe. I don't know. Jay, what's your first instinct? My first instinct says no.
It seems really lame, and so I want to say no.
Yeah, right?
Let's just go no.
Let's go no.
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 Final answer.
Fake.
Going with fake?
Yep, fake.
Tough break, that one is real.
Damn it.
That would be a boring porn. It sounds boring, and I'm a
That would
butt
be
guy. I love
a
butts.
beautiful behind. I love butts too, but like,
I mean,
Imagine the room is just like still the wall, but like just pictures of asses.
all I can think of now is Goodwill coming.
and all I can think of is the opening to Days of Our Lives, but it's that same concept, but something about beautiful behind, because it just sounds lame.
All right, number 14, Strokemon.
Real.
Real. Final answer.
Gotta be real. Real.
Yep, you guys are right. That one is real.
I don't want to watch it. I never want to see that.
You
It
don't wanna
ruins
watch it, Anthony.
So much.
Is that fungus?
Do you ever want to fuck a Pikachu? Watch Strokemon.
Watch out for my fungus coming in.
Oh, God. All right. Fuck. Shut up. All right. Last one. E.T. the Extra Testicle.
I know there's ET porn that exists because I have seen it.
It's your favorite, isn't it?
I don't know that that's what it's called. I don't know. What are you feeling, Jay?
I think it's fake because I imagine E.T.'s like coming home or something like that.
Jay's watching it and he's like, this is ableist.
Let's go
What are you
fake.
doing with an extra one? Oh, I agree. Fake.
Let's do fake. Fuck.
You going with fake for the final
Yeah,
one?
Sure.
Well, good job. You got it. That one is
Yay.
indeed fake.
'Cause I was gonna be
Hey!
very offended if it
And
was
that-
real and I was about to write a letter.
I know there's an ET porn that's out there because I have indeed seen it.
Oh, I'm
but
sure.
It was not
And at the end of our game, that brings our final score to Joe with 5 and Jay and Anthony with 10. So
I'm
good
proud
job,
of
guys.
Yeah, we did way better than I thought we would.
I did. Yeah, I'm really shocked how we did. And I loved that
Yeah,
game.
good for us. That was fun. But I hear the music coming back on, and it's Kenny G. So go call our hotline real quick at 405-999-2242 to do you.
And Beardos, pass us a towel, shirt, sock, anything to clean up because, well, it's time for us to go. If you'd like to help us out, go and subscribe to our podcast so you can get reminders every Sunday when we release a new episode. We also post frequent updates on all of our social medias and our website for any additional sundries that we may add to the market.
And don't forget to rate us 5 dicks and leave a review. We'd love to hear from you, and those ratings are what get us found by more people like you. Also, we'd be honored if just each one of you could tell one of your hookups to listen to the podcast, because that would double our growth.
And while you're getting plowed by that hookup and talking about our podcast, why don't you go check out our socials? TikTok, Threads, Instagram, Facebook. Maybe log in to our website, beardsandsundries.com. Email us about your sexual experiences, or maybe not, at beardsandsundries@gmail.com.
So, from the three of us sexual deviants here at the Beards and Sundries Market, make sure to
Love yourself.
Because we already love porn. I mean, you.
I'm here to fix your pipes, sir.
Bye, beardos.
extra sausage on his pizza.
Do you have any way to pay for that?